Doing it in the back is your
Yeah, getting it done to me in the back.
In the back.
Getting it from the back.
Getting it hard in the back.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Careful Boys, where today we get a little bit, maybe opportunistic. That's the word we're thinking, opportunity. Okay? Here's the question. What was the best opportunity you ever received?
What?
I know.
I gotta get one. I was just talking about it.
I love the quickness of that.
So I had, it's because it's just like work. So I had what made me think of it is I had a intern this week from my old high school. I was a basketball player. I played basketball my whole life. And so him and I are sharing stories. His coach was still my coach, et cetera, et cetera. So we had a lot of ties in. One of my best opportunities that I fucked up because I was an idiot 17-year-old. I had the chance, and basketball was my whole life. I had the chance to work out with a guy who worked for Duke, which is the best basketball program in the world. And he basically rated me on what I needed to improve, et cetera, to get to college.
Because you're trying to get to pro.
The next level, yeah. And obviously I knew I wasn't like Duke level, but he was at that level so he could rev it all up. So I work out for him, and he was like kind of a dick, but he was like stern with it. You know, like, hey man, you gotta work on all this. But he was real with it. Find out later, like 6 months later, he recommended my name and got me into like a Nike Elite camp, which is actually made for like all-American level shit. And I wasn't at that level, but I was good.
Can you dunk?
I used to dunk.
But these are like the pipelines where like LeBron James's kids.
Oh yeah.
Like
now it's on
Dwayne Wade's kids. They would go to these camps, so and the scouts are already there, and that's how you would like kind of work.
Yeah, especially back in the day. Now there's AAU, which is little. There was AAU then, but it wasn't as big. It was still a thing. But Nike Elite Camp was like it, man. Like 200 best in the nation. And then I'm a knucklehead.
And if you don't go to those, you're not going to the pros.
Why didn't you go?
I had like a bunch of like, I was just an egotistical kid. My best friend died that year. Like a bunch of crazy shit happened. And then like some of it for sure was like feeling like imposter-ish. You know, like, oh man, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get fucking dunked on. I'm gonna look like an idiot. Like I'm actually not that good. Like fear of failure, all tied in, which you don't know when you're 17. But that would have changed like trajectories. Like not that I'd be LeBron James, but I could be playing in Europe. I could have gone to a Division I school instead of junior college.
Because some people wish they had a ring.
It was like the Willy Wonka ticket for basketball.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you backwards dunk?
No, I was never there. No, I was not good. Bro,
Can you do a one-hand Jordan dunk from the free throw line?
No.
Okay.
A tomahawk dunk?
No, I'm 5'9", Italian. I'm slipping them over the rim.
What about off and backward 360? Can you do that?
On 9'5". I could probably do a barbell right now.
In terms of your play style,
Yeah.
what would be like a similar NBA?
Like Ja Rule or
I was a Jason Kidd, Steve Nash.
No way.
Yeah. I led the nation in assists.
That's tight.
Yeah, my senior year.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we were in it.
That was definitely a Willy Wonka ticket. You just burned up.
Yeah, burned it. Yeah, that was like literally your question. Opportunity. Fuck.
What was the first year or first time you had a chance to even look back at it and go, damn, I fucked that one up?
Like
Probably-
the next day? Or
Probably the next year, because then I'm at junior college, and I was really lucky to have a good coach, and he's like so good about like team building and like just hard work and work ethic. Like he's just philosophically so good. So then I go to junior college in Vallejo, if you guys know where that is. Not a great place. And like everyone's just there for themselves. Everyone's like a knucklehead. They're all
you
like,
fit right in.
yeah, no, bro, I'm a team player.
Oh.
So you just
Led nation in assists.
Thanks, Steve.
Got it. Well, he just said he was a knucklehead and egotistical.
I was, but like not with the team, like more just internally, just being a teenager, you know?
That's
so
very
like
confusing.
even that year is when I quit, and I just kind of knew like, man, I chose the wrong direction. I'd rather be the worst player. Like I had opportunities to play at St. Mary's, which was really good at the time, and I would have sat the bench, but I would have been like in March Madness sitting the bench.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like they made it to the Sweet 16, and I would have sat at the end of the bench, high-fiving, handing towels, but it would have been fucking dope.
Duke is the best basketball program in the world.
University of Kansas, probably. University of Kansas is probably historically.
Always top 5 though.
Yeah, but Duke's always their coach did just retire, who was like the most epic coach of all time. But they're top. Yeah, Coach K. Yeah.
I don't know shit about him. Just asking.
Yeah, top 5. They're definitely top
More
5.
epic than John Wooden?
No, maybe. John Wooden and Coach K are the best of all time,
Oh, I see.
hands down.
So like not for this to be like a super depressing video
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but what's the silver lining that you feel you got out of not going to the Willy Wonka Golden Ticket?
Not getting your dream.
Probably like the taking more opportunities. Like, all right, I'll show up and suck. Like, even the first time like Bart brought me here, like I knew y'all's channel was huge. First time I was here, Joe, what,
Still
2013?
huge, yeah.
No, huge.
Was huge.
Biggest channel in the game.
I'm saying when I was, but I had like no YouTube. I didn't even have my YouTube channel. And I'm 2013. We just kind of lifted weights a couple times. He's like, hey, you want to come? I'm like, oh shit.
You've been here way before 2013.
Maybe 2012.
That's way before.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. But same idea, and I was nervous as shit. I was probably 23 years old. Like, damn, I don't even know what YouTube is. Like, we were doing fitness content, but no one cared about that. Like, you guys were legitimate YouTube, and I was like, all right, well, here we go. And I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'll show up. Stuff like that. I'm a pretty shy dude to begin with. I'm comfortable with y'all because I know y'all, but
That's why your name's Silent Mike,
yeah, literal.
even though you're like pretty loud. In the
Once
room.
you know me, yeah,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Hey, thank you for sharing.
Thanks, class. Thanks.
And now you got to popcorn somebody.
I don't know what that. Oh, who's next?
Yeah.
I remember popcorn.
I don't.
Class.
What's that mean?
like all my days.
You say popcorn, and then the next person.
Popcorn Nick.
Skip. I need to think about mine.
I don't think we had popcorn.
Dude,
I thought you would live a life of a lot of regrets.
For me?
Yeah.
Why?
that's a fucking stab.
That is.
Why?
But it's kind of good.
Because Nick has a forlorn look on his face at all times,
Forlorn.
as if he's sitting on a dock looking on in the horizon.
And he's like, ah.
Yeah.
That's the catalyst of his pessimism.
Always
It's
reaching
because
whenever
I fucked that up, and I fucked this up, and I fucked that
No,
shit up.
that's kind of true though. I feel like that a lot, yeah, in a lot of ways.
This is getting serious.
But as far as like, I don't want to say opportunity, man, but when I started fighting, I really thought I was gonna do something with that. As far as like going pro, and that was like a big dream of mine. But like when I started getting those concussions, I just was like, dude, I just kept telling myself like, fuck, dude, I'm not built for this. I can't do this.
But that's a smart move. That's
Yeah,
not
no,
really
100%,
gonna
100%.
be
But as far as like what my heart wanted at the time and what like my mindset, and now I'm like, dude, it was kind of a good opportunity. I'm so glad that happened to me, because you know fighting is great and it's cool, but it's definitely not. There's so many different ways to make money, you know. And at that time, like it was definitely a passion, but I think it just forced me to be creative with what I did with my life afterwards. Like I didn't think. I just kept following things that I liked doing, like coaching and just working with people, and I think that was just better for me.
For the sake of the prompt, was there something that was specifically like what you would consider the best opportunity that you received in that?
I don't say.
moment?
I think when I left the gym that I was at for like 10 years, that was like the opportunity for me where I was like, oh shit, there's like the world just seemed like it got bigger, and it was like a forced opportunity. It was more of like,
They kick you out?
no, well, not really, no.
What's your opportunity? I got kicked out of my gym.
Kind of though.
No, it wasn't like I got kicked out. It was just more of like my time here is done, I think.
Did you come to that understanding because like something else was offered to you?
No, it was more of like me realizing that like,
Yeah, hit a wall.
yeah, there's nothing here. And it forced me to create a new opportunity that I didn't think I could ever do. Like I thought my whole life was in that gym. Everybody I knew was in that gym. My family, like I looked at it as like my family, like my main family. And then when I left, I was like super scared. I was like fucking kind of depressed a little bit, and just like not knowing what the fuck was gonna happen. And I didn't know if I had the ability to like make a living once I left that place. And as far as like my community was all tied in there. So when I left, I was like just really scared and just unsure about the future. But I think that opportunity forced me to create new ones for myself. You know?
Yeah, you have brought that story up before, and that feels like a very fucking pivotal moment of your journey.
That's big.
How old were you then?
It's like 25.
Okay, so not even that long ago.
No, actually, no, not even. I was older. I was like 27, 25, 27.
So like last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Sick.
But now I'm like, now what the fuck am I gonna do?
That's the silver lining.
I wake up every day thinking that though.
Yeah, no. But it's fine because you realize like, okay, I did it before. I could do it again.
This world opened.
Yeah, the world opened up a lot. It was a lot bigger for me because I was very insulated. I think
Was it money based?
it was money based.
Because I never once thought about how I was gonna make money as an adult.
As a kid, or just
Even now.
Well,
That's
is a
a
privileged mindset.
No, I'm a lucky dude for sure. Like I do make money, like you've been. Obviously, I work, but like I've never been like, oh, I'm gonna be a lawyer or whatever. Like all I knew is I love basketball, and then all I know now is like, all right, well,
You were interest based.
I do this, yeah, kind of like, well, I kind of know how to do this.
I
so
hope
do
you're
this.
reincarnated into an Asian family when you get
So,
reborn.
I don't know how
But
to
you
take
probably
that.
don't do things that's risky to get you in situations where you're like, oh, I need money now.
Yeah.
But you feel that like you feel your back against the wall, and you just feel like
Yeah, you just go.
that anxiety is like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do? You're waking up in the middle of the night, like freaking the fuck out, having panic attacks.
Yeah.
and then you realize like, oh yeah, you're tripping about fucking not like in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal.
It doesn't matter.
What up, guys? This episode of Off the Record is brought to you by Factor Meals. I know we are all busy. In this day and age, we all got things to do. We got school, work, trying to work out, trying to spend time with all of our relationships, our families. So a lot of times food is the last thing that is on your mind, but we all have to eat, which is why I love Factor Meals, because they are flavorful meals and healthy, delivered straight to your door. And there's a bunch of different options: calorie smart, veggie, vegan, protein plus. So no matter what your goals are, you can find a meal that's gonna help you. And all of these are delicious, dietitian approved meals, meaning they're professionally put together to make sure they hit specific caloric requirements, all while tasting amazing. Head to factormeals.com/offtherecord50 and use the code offtherecord50 to get 50% off. That's offtherecord50 at factormeals.com/offtherecord50 to get 50% off. Get fed, get some flavor, and stay healthy.
How we've been broke is different than like broke. Like I know if my world explodes, I can sleep on Bart's couch, I can sleep on my mom's couch. You know what I mean? That kind of makes me feel safe.
Couch too, right?
You know what I mean? Like that kind of gives me confidence to kind of just fuck around.
Did you just skim over the fact that you have panic attacks?
Yeah, but I think that's normal. I think everyone has that shit.
I don't think so.
How many do you get?
Well, at that time, I would just like freaking the fuck out because it was just
A
everything.
dude with ears like you saying that's a little scary, bro.
No, but like, you know, I would just be just super anxious. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, just like cold, hot sweats.
Yeah, no, not everybody does. I've been there, but not everybody does that.
Yeah, that's
But I think
I've been there.
But at a time of high stress and a time where you just everything's uncertain, I think that is normal. Like I think that does happen.
It does happen.
So
how'd you get past the panic attacks?
just suck it up, dude. You suck it up, and you just fucking.
That's inspirational.
Bootstrap pulling, bootstraps.
But no, not just your bootstraps. But I feel
Fanny
like
packs for him.
when you feel like that's your means of survival, and then that's I don't want to say taken away from you. It just puts fire under your ass, and it makes you move
I
forward.
like it.
That's the fighter we know.
You take a deep breath and then you go, oh, I'm up. It's 3 a.m. Let me do the fucking emails because I'm afraid about money, and then this is gonna get me money.
Yeah, or you just go, okay, I'm fucking up. I'm gonna go back to sleep tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm gonna fucking get all the shit done I need to get done or whatever.
I don't like panic attacks.
I don't either. I used to have them
I've never
so
had 'em.
much in waking up. Just wake up like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, like something's chasing you.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like just having like weird dreams about shit, you know?
Well, it's only bad when you wake up and it's still bad.
Oh,
Right? Like in those situations, like you're actually broke or something's bad, and you wake up and you're like, oh, fuck, it's real. Because you do that with a nightmare, and then you're like, oh, that was a vampire.
I get nightmares.
Yeah. That's scary. But when you wake up and you're like, fuck, the problem's still there. That's not fun.
But also in the grand scheme of things too, like I was still living at home. Like I didn't really have like I was fine. It was just my own bullshit that I created in my own head. So it's like,
Well, I mean, that's real for you.
yeah, definitely. But I think it made me better for it. Like it taught me how to be more of a man and less of a boy. I think
Hey, yo.
You almost said woman, huh?
I'm a little bit of a woman, dude. I think we all are.
That's okay.
A little bit.
Yeah. Let's popcorn somebody, huh?
Anthony Lee, what about you?
You gotta say popcorn and then.
Popcorn, you, Anthony Lee.
Oh man, all right.
Lost opportunities.
No, it wasn't.
It could be a
lost.
good one. It could be a good one. I started negative. Yeah, it's supposed to be a good one.
I
right?
literally said what was the best
Yeah.
opportunity.
Oh, my bad.
This has been a dark video.
Yeah, my bad.
Lost
like the
opportunity
inverse
with
of
a
it,
female.
What? Last opportunity.
Best opportunity. Best
Best?
opportunity.
Oh, I just heard opportunity. Oh, yeah, it was the best opportunity that I fucked up. I just happened to fuck it up.
No, it was Willy Wonka.
I was right. Lost
He
opportunities.
said it. It
Yeah.
just went dark.
It was really good.
No, but we're going for the best
It
opportunity.
was
Yeah.
the best opportunity you received, even if you burned it and threw it
Yeah,
away
yeah,
and
yeah.
regret it for the rest of your
And when
life.
I think opportunity, maybe people think different. When I think opportunity, I think like luck in a sense. Like it happens to you.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do
Like,
it.
it happens for you.
Cause yeah, other good things happened that I like made happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So much.
But that's
shit
still an
happened.
opportunity though, in a lot of work.
Like I fucking built that shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that one just kind of happened for me.
Well, they all work in the same, because even like getting a promotion at your job
Sure.
is an opportunity, but you earned that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
Let's talk about the definition for the rest of the video.
Popcorn Steve.
Yeah, hit his ass.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
Gotta go. I popcorned you. You gotta respect my popcorn.
Did this whole conversation.
No, you gotta give your example.
Best opportunity that you fucking squandered.
That was not the prompt.
Threw down the drain.
Okay, well I had an answer for the first prompt, but squandered is different.
No, just go back to the
go
prompt.
back to your first
What is
one.
it?
We want you to win,
Thanks,
dude.
guys.
Yeah, we want you to win.
Joe.
Hurry up.
All right, first thing that comes to mind actually is when I got booked to be the choreographer for a Chinese TV show called Hot Blood Dance Crew. It was a dance reality competition. And then
Pre-Kinjas, during Kinjas.
during Kinja, this is like 2015 or some shit like that. And this is actually the event where I met both Luhan and Jackson Wang, guys that I've talked about on the show.
They're like superstars, Mike, in China.
Yeah.
Like
So-
Justin Bieber level, right?
Yeah, super huge.
Musicians?
And,
Artists?
Artists, yeah. But they also dance because they were part of like K-pop groups and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And then they broke out and did their own like solo careers and stuff and got like super huge and whatnot.
Chris Breezy types.
Yeah.
More like
Beating,
JT types.
beating bitches, and
More like leaving NSYNC, making your whole career.
I'm a big
You know what
JT
I mean?
fan.
Yeah. And then from there, because I went on that show, I was a choreographer. I was actually supposed there's two dance teams that go like head to head, and then they were the captains of one team with like other dancers, and then there's these two other artists, and I was supposed to be these two artists choreographers.
but they're losers.
No, I wouldn't say
They're
that.
more like Backstreet Boys.
They're just different flavor.
Oh, okay.
Right? One of them is a chick. The other one just is not my flavor.
Did you know these people as you go in?
I kind of knew of these two. I didn't really know these two, but I've heard of them. And I came in, I was supposed to be their choreographer because the choreographer that was supposed to be for these two had worked with one of them before already. So there was already a relationship, right? So we all brought our teams. I brought some other kindreds with me. This guy brought some of his like dance homies with him. And then we go there, and then the first episode is all four of them work with a different choreographer just to do an initial showcase, the artists, before like the dancers come in as a team, and we were the choreographers. And then I remember watching, and then like super amazing, but like gay dude was choreographing for the chick over here, and then the other dude did this other collab, and these two did some badass hip hop routines with these other two like guest choreographers. And I remember being like, man, that's our flavor. I don't know how I'm gonna work with this. So I went slide and I went back to the producers, and I was like, hey, I think you guys should switch the choreographers for these two teams, because if you think about it, this group and who they brought is gonna work really well and mesh with this talent. And then I think what we do in our specifics are gonna match really well with this. So if you want a really bomb show that brings out the best, I think we should switch. And it worked. But the crazy thing is, we won that show after we switched. We ended up going through that season and winning that show. And since then, I've worked with those guys every single year up to this day. One of those guys I just finished the tour with in China this past year. The other guy joined our crew, and we're like super, super close homies. I have a matching tattoo with the guy I just did the tour with. I have a matching tattoo with the other dude, Jackson,
sick.
and we like became.
So this is not that special.
Not that special.
It's not that special.
Wow. Who else do you have a matching tattoo with?
You, Nick. It's a big deal.
Whatever. Ours is bigger.
But that sounded like you made the
That is true.
opportunity
You built that
happen.
shit.
It sounds like you pulled some strings and then you gave yourself.
Hey, I received the opportunity,
Yeah.
and then I did my best
Yeah.
with it.
It's awesome.
But I never would have thought, one, we'd win, and two, we would actually go on to become hella good friends and continue working every.
Because a lot of people get presented an opportunity and they don't optimize it.
Yeah.
They just take it for face value. You got something and you somehow made it even better.
Yeah, were you nervous doing that? That kind of shit makes me nervous.
I wasn't. I don't think
Like to bring up
nervous
that
was-
conversation.
To bring that up right here.
Yeah, no. There, like, hey man, I need to work with that dude, and to make that happen makes me
To be
nervous.
completely honest, I feel like that's one of my random skill sets to do that in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like more than just being a talented individual that can get the job done, I feel like figuring out what the right job to do is one of my things.
Yeah.
Doing it in the back is your one
Yeah.
of your talents.
Yeah, getting it done to me in the back.
In the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. That makes
Getting it from the back.
Getting it hard
From
in the back.
Yeah, popcorn Steve while we still got 2 minutes.
Okay, easy, no problem. Which time, right? So my whole life is about being early to things. I think, like in 2000 fucking 8.
But you're late to JK all the time.
but and so is he. But no, being early to like YouTube when it was first coming up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like I had just come from improv, and I was like, I don't know how. Like I'm trying to get into the actor business stuff, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work out. But I met a bunch of people like doing tubes early days, And so I just kind of like found myself in with like some of the biggest people on YouTube like really early because nobody like really knew about YouTube back then. And so yeah, I'm like working with like all these big tubers, and they offer to hire me. They're like, hey, come work for us.
Like Maker Studio.
Yeah, we need a writer. Like, we come work for us. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. My girlfriend's dad at the time, he's like, you'll never make money writing ever, because he was a failed actor.
Oh shit.
Bitter as fuck, yeah, about it. She's like, you'll never make money writing in Hollywood and shit. And so he's the first motherfucker I called when I got that gig, right?
Took him out to dinner.
I wasn't making much, right? But I was.
But
like,
you got a job.
This is my job, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Suck my dick. All right. So then,
Nice.
yeah. So then I'm early to tubes, and then I remember I was tubing it, right, and helping all these tubers write their shitty ass content, right. And it was garbage stuff, right? Real trash stuff we're putting out there. And then I got in with all these really cool people. I met Cassim, I met Hyamron, I met like, Mike Gallagher, all these people that I've been working with forever. And then, a couple years into that, they were like, hey, we want you to just come on here full time. No more making stuff for your channel, just work for us. And I was like, fuck you. I'm doing my own channel. I'm betting on myself. So I was like, give me Fridays. Give me Fridays. On Friday, I'm going to go film with my crew, and like I'll be yours from Monday to Thursday. And they're like, fine. And so every Friday I would just go and like get George Kimmel, and like we would just go to the fucking Venice boardwalk, and I'd just figure out what I'm gonna do the night before. And then I was doing that, and finally it took a long time, dude. I was probably getting like, I was getting like no views on my videos, a couple thousand, right? And then all of a sudden it just started to click. It just started to hit. Started like uploading. Every time I uploaded, I got 1 million views eventually. And that was like insane. And then during that I was like, okay, this is scary, unsustainable as fuck. There's no way I'm gonna get 1 million views every time I upload. What am I going to do next? How do I pivot into the next thing? So then I started writing movies. Me and Mike were writing movies like at his place for free. Nobody's paying us. We're just doing it. We're writing movies on spec. And we just kept on writing movies. We wrote like fucking, I don't even know how many movies, right? And then got lucky there. Like we're, parlaying tuber shittiness with meeting Hollywood people. They were interested in our numbers, right? So like, we don't care what's on your stupid script, give us the numbers. And so then that's when I sold my movie Internet Famous, right? And they were like, cool, who's gonna be in it? And I'm like, me, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like shit like that, just like stepping out and being like, it's me. And then like being like, did that work? And they're like, sure, okay. And I'm like, whoa, that worked, holy shit. And then during that even, I was like, okay. I remember my mom was visiting me one time, and she's like, Steven, there's no plan. There's no plan, Steven. She's like, when grandma goes, like, your dad's idea, she starts crying. She's like, your dad's idea is we're gonna move into a Motel 6, Steven. And I was like, shit, I gotta figure a way to make sure that my mom's not gonna have to worry about money. And then I was like, oh yeah, I bought this thing called Bitcoin in 2013. I was like, wonder what like the newest shit's going on with crypto stuff. So then I found Ethereum when it was like fucking $5 and shit, right? And I was like, dang, I really think this is sick. So I put like probably 15K into it back then. And that was like fucking maybe the move of my life, right? It was like unbelievable. That was like 3 months before it broke out and like went to fucking like insane amounts, right? Then I got a little bit wrecked there, right? got a little wrecked. Parlayed into another crypto from Ethereum. Should have probably just kept my Ethereum stack. Had a big old boy stack, right? That was fun. Then I was in this other crypto, right, called OMG. We were riding. We rode it.
That was the first time we made a mill.
That was it. It was the first time we made just to about a mil.
And hold on too much.
Then we learned to not hold for too long, right? Then we got wrecked on that one for a little while. But then, hey, we kept buying the lows. We were smart. We kept buying those lows up, right? Scoopy season. So then, sure enough, we go into SNX. We get into, well, first of all, OMG comes back, then we get into SNX, then we get into like fucking Luna and
Vesper.
Shit. We ride that motherfucker to $1.2 million from a $28,000 investment. That was fun. Quite a ride. You were at what, 35?
I started at 110K and I went to 1.6 million.
But when it came back after one point, when it came back, what was your lowest amount? You were at like 30?
I was at 110K. Oh, I was under that, yeah. Like,
under 30, right?
Like $60,000.
60,000, right? Into 1.6. That was fun. So then, now, here we are, right? The precipice, the dawn is coming, right? been scooping for fucking 20 months right now, right?
And you feel the same energy.
Oh, buddy, I'm dialed in.
You're tingling? I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm ready.
I'm dialed into the fucking game, dude. Get ready, because I'm about to blow everyone's fucking mind again. We're going to do it again. So I say at the end of every one of my Crypto Corner episodes, we are going to do it again. Watch what happens next.
And we're wooing.
We're wooing and we're Coochieing, baby.
Coochie?
Kujira. That's this baby.
Yeah, two of them.
You sponsored?
No, I'm not sponsored.
Sponsoring it.
I make this shit myself. I don't take a dime from these motherfuckers.
Yeah, he made that necklace. He made the hat. He made everything.
Yep.
I wonder when they're gonna send a cease and desist.
I got Woo shoes on. No, dude, they love me.
He's got Woo socks on.
We're going to do it again. Crypto Corner, baby.
That's dedication.
That's opportunity. That's making opportunity.
Damn right. I'm always early. Maybe I get wrecked for a little while, but I'm always on to the next one.
We'll redo this prompt in a couple months, dude, and all our stories are gonna be about Woo.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a ride.
I gotta buy more woo.
I need some woo.